Atomic Beats.
Bright lights in the fancy car. People looking and they know who we are. Trying to do it big, doing like it's no tomorrow. I never knew it would just get this far. Spending no eyes on me. Gotta start, everybody gon' see. But you know we do it B.I.G. I never knew this in my life just would be.
Welcome to another edition of Ice Cold Brew. I am your host, and the reason for the title of the show, Matt Brubaker, and I'm cracking open a can of what's brewing in sports. Today's topics: the NBA Draft, Shaquille O'Neal, Shin-Soo Choo, and the Washington Wizards. Stay tuned for Chick Pics, the Ice Cold Brew Song of the Week, Ice Cold and bold predictions, and the Call of the Week. That's all coming up next on Ice Cold Brew.
Bright lights in the fancy car. People looking and they know who we are. Trying to do it big, doing like it's no tomorrow. I never knew it would just get this.
Well, with the first pick in this year's NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers did select Kyrie Irving out of Duke University. They took Tristan Thompson, number 4, because Enes Kanter was not there. The Jazz took him at 3. The Cavs passed on Derek Williams from Arizona. I think that's a huge mistake. I think this is a guy, Derek Williams, that can attract fans, sell tickets, and score 18 to 20 points a night as a 3. Yes, it's a point guard-driven league, but I think you need a shooting guard or a shooting forward that can score the basketball to be successful. Justin Harper was taken number 32 out of Richmond, but they traded him to Orlando. I'm not happy about this year's draft for the Cavaliers. Irving played just 11 games in college. He's not proven. I don't see him as an all-star point guard. With Tristan Thompson, I understand the Cavs were a little shocked that Kanter went 3, but I think Thompson is very overrated. I think you could have gotten a better talent at number 4, and I personally believe Justin Harper could have been a great value for the Cavs, a great scorer at the 3, maybe the 4, very athletic guy from the Richmond Spiders. Overall, I think it's a bad draft, and it got worse late in the second round. The Cavs had a shot at pick number 54. They did not take a Cleveland native, David Lighty. That would have been a great story, and for David Lighty, a dream come true to be drafted, not only in the NBA draft, but by his hometown Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs fans, I hope you're happy with this draft. I'm one that's not. I think the Cavs had a terrible draft. It's now time for the Ice Cold Brew Song of the Week. This week, Lupe Fiasco featuring Trey Songz performing Out of My Head.
You're a real good cause, I'm a real good verse. Freestyle unrehearsed, so clean, no curse. And when the songs go, man, everything hurts. So I put it in reverse, go back to the scene where I seen you first. Yeah, I need you to sing that single again. Play that video, I seen you a pen. 100 million spins in my mind all day. Calling in requests on the line always. Yeah, the president of your fan club. Leading players up behind like a band love. Girl, I want you to know I can't get you out of my head, my head, my head. I can't get you out now. Girl, I want you to know I don't even know what you did, you did. Play, I need a minute. Like a timeout in tennis for a finish. How'd I get in this? Maybe it was your hair, maybe it was your flair. Maybe it's the heels and the way you wear. Maybe it's your real and the way you care. You don't care if I'm ill or
That's Lupe Fiasco featuring Trey Songz and Out of My Head. This week's selection for the Ice Cold Brew Song of the Week. What do Charlie Sheen, Anthony Weiner, and Shaquille O'Neal have in common, you ask? Well, it could be lewd sexual behavior, yes. Back in 2008, Shaquille O'Neal was said to have been on a sex tape owned by Robert Ross. The tape was eventually recorded over, but Ross claims he was beaten over the tape by a gang in California. The members were said to have stolen over $15,000 in cash from Ross and jewelry. The gang demanded the tape, obviously. My question, who in their right mind, one, has a sex tape of Shaquille O'Neal, and two, who has $15,000 laying around in their pocket in cash? Well, apparently Robert Ross did. The feud continues, and yes, Shaq will still stay retired. He's still Superman. And my last piece of advice, don't get in a fight with a guy that's 7'3" and wears a size 21 shoe. Guys, this isn't just about sports. Ice Cold Brew is about honoring the girls in our world. In this week's Chick Pics, the breathtaking Evangeline Lilly.
I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Damn girl, she's a sexy chick, a sexy chick, damn, she's a sexy chick, a sexy chick, damn, she's a sexy chick, a sexy chick, damn, she's a sexy chick, damn girl.
Lost, but now found, Evangeline Lilly. More bad news came on Friday for the struggling Cleveland Indians. Not only did the Indians lose to the San Francisco Giants, they also lost star right fielder Shin-Soo Choo. He is expected to miss 6 weeks with a fractured thumb, and he's likely to have surgery. Travis Buck has now been called up, and Choo says he feels badly he can't help the team anymore, and they might make the playoffs, and we had a good start and are still in first place. Well, good news for Shin-Soo Choo, he can now take this time to get the thumb back, to get through his rehab, and also he can work on his mental aspect of the game. He struggled a lot this season with mental errors and weird things happening in right field and at the plate. I just hope Choo can put that DUI and the arrest behind him, and he can come back. Good mentality, no negative thoughts, because the Indians will need Shin-Soo Choo later on down the road if they will make a playoff push and get to October. Shin-Soo Choo on the 15-day DL. I hope he comes back soon. His name, though, folks, still sounds like a sneeze. Think about it. Shin-Soo, maybe Achu? Good luck, Choo. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. It's time for the ice cold and bold predictions. My winners for this year's 2011 draft. I have the Boston Celtics. They got Etuan Moore. They got Jawan Johnson, 2 needs for the Celtics, and they're both from Purdue. I look at the Charlotte Bobcats. They drafted Kimball Walker, number 9 from UConn, and Bismack Biyombo from Spain. Try saying that a couple of times fast, or drunk. But the Washington Wizards are my prediction to be the most improved team. They got Jan Vesely, number 6 from the Czech Republic. He can jump out of the gym, and he can be a lot of fun to watch. And the Wizards also drafted Chris Singleton, a defensive specialist out of Florida State. Those are the 2 guys that I feel will help the Washington Wizards become next year's most improved team. That's this week's Ice Cold and Bold Predictions. Call me crazy, this show you can't beat, but it's now time for the Call of the Week.
With the first pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Kyrie Irving from Duke University.
And talking to him tonight, he's excited about being here. He's looking forward to being here tomorrow. And number 1 on our board all season long. And there was an opportunity for us to add a young player to our team right now that can help us in the future in the process that we're trying to build and the foundation that we're building. He is definitely the guy, so we're looking forward to having him here.
Thanks for listening to this week's edition of Ice Cold Brew. Tune in next Monday for another round, on me, of course. This has been Matt Brubaker reporting, and remember,
God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy.